Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC, we're going to talk about Ethereum, Litecoin, EOS, and most of the altcoins, right? But most importantly, we're going to talk about BTC and the power of the daily 21 EMA. As you can see, we talked about the daily 21 EMA last week when BTC was right around like 10K area. We said buy the dip. We're going to be pushing back up within the next few days up to 10.9 to 11K area. We hit 10.9, low 10.9 exactly, and price got rejected above the daily 21 EMA. But on the lower degree, it got rejected by the 6 hour 100 EMA or the 8 hours 100 EMA, whichever you're comfortable with, right? And I've been showing you all of these strategy over the last 2 weeks. So if you've been patient enough, you've been buying the dip, right around this area, basically you've been accumulating a long position right there, okay? Because you gotta remember, our first long when this was like 10.4, but I did not panic, right? It kept bouncing up and down, and I keep accumulating, getting more long position all the way down to basically 99, and got a good average. And basically we just took our profit at 10,750 to 10.9 area, so in our premium group. So if you're looking to join our premium group, make sure to join our public Telegram group, link in the description. Send me a message and I'm gonna send you the the information you need basically to join the premium group for live trading, scalping, alt season, and all of that good stuff. All right, so now let's talk about the good stuff. All right, is it time to buy BTC above 10K? Right, so are you bullish? Okay, are we gonna hit $20,000 BTC in 22 days like most analysts been calling for over the last few days? And I was like, guys, let's just be cautious, right? Because when market is bullish, it is hard to be a bear. Okay, so nearly 90% of the analysts were bullish in this range, and I was like, guys, just be cautious. Macro is still bearish. You can be as bullish as you want, but don't exaggerate and looking for like a 100K 20K bits and all of that good stuff, right? So now what we need to focus on is one thing only. All right, it is a daily 21 EMA. Okay, why the daily 21 EMA? If you guys have been following my channel over the last few months, March 6th I gave you a very big warning. Okay, September 7th also I gave you a very big warning. What I said, this move, okay, it could be a three-way move back to the 21 EMA on a daily basis, right? So if you go back in March, the first week of March 6th, March 7th, I gave you a short update, and I said, like, guys, this pattern, it is nothing but the inverse of this pattern. Okay, it means BTC gonna make a very strong move to the upside, right? BTC made a very strong move to the upside, right? So I'm gonna be expecting a very strong move to the downside. Yes, I did not expect BTC to capitulate in one go all the way down to 4K, but what I was expecting is like a very strong move down. Okay, and we got that move down. So now if you try to compare these three patterns, right? Not indicators, but the three patterns. We're going to talk about indicators later. We could be anticipating, guys, another very strong move down. Okay, how low we're gonna drop, we're gonna discuss it later on, okay? Because we're gonna have to take a look at the macro scale and all of that good stuff, right? But the most important, once again, it is the daily 21 EMA. We're getting rejected. We basically been waiting for 10.9 area up to 11.1, so we just have to be very cautious. If you're shorting, just be cautious. If you shorted at 10.9, you might want to put a stop loss, because the trend, the reversal is not confirmed yet. Okay, so just be cautious. Don't get hyped and all of that good stuff, right? So that's what we've been looking for over the last few days. Now we got it. So we're gonna switch back to the weekly time frame. Okay, the weekly time frame, I said something very important last time, and I was like, do not underestimate the 21 weekly moving average. Okay, I did not underestimate it. So we took a long at in this range. Okay, been accumulating long, so most people took profit right now, so they just sitting tight, relax, and having a stop loss at entry or above entry range. So what I'm looking for right now, I'm looking for BC at some point, right? At some point to come back down and retest this 21 EMA. Okay, so are we going to break this week? It's not going to be easy, but if we close below the weekly 21 EMA over the next 4 to 5 days before Sunday, Sunday night, right, my time, it's gonna look bad. Okay, it is going to look extremely bad. All right, so let's just keep that in mind. Weekly 200 EMA still looking very strong. The overhead resistance we got right there, the resistance we got right there is like the daily 200 EMA, as you can see it, because that's a weekly time frame, and we got the weekly 200 EMA holding as a support. So we need to break it over the next few days and so on to basically confirm our analysis, right? Another thing we also have to keep in mind, even if we break 11K, right, we could break 11K, but one thing we need to focus on is like, if we break 11K, we just have to rely on our volume. It matters a lot. Okay, so if we break 11K this week, okay, and next week we can still pump higher, right, to 11.2 to 11.4 range. But what I would like to see, volume decreasing, right, in this manner. Okay, like that, very low volume. Okay, so, and then we could anticipate the capitulation down. So it is just a matter of time, right, how we're going to get the capitulation, or how we're going to get the drop down to the low 8K area within the next few days. But either way you look at it, the pattern, the bearish pattern, is playing out slowly. Okay, it is playing out slowly. So let's see over the next few days how volume going to be structuring, and how the bear is going to be defending 10.9 to 11.1 area, okay, over the next few days, right? So now let's take a look at the 3-day chart. If you take a look at the 3-day chart, similar thing we talk about. As you can see, the volume, I said it like in my previous update. You see the type of volume I'm looking for on the weekly. That's what I already got on the 3-day chart, which is confirming, right, the bearishness. It means when we're dropping, the drop has to be with a lot of volume. Okay, so it means we're gonna have to break this trend. The volume can never go to zero. Okay, it means like we're not gonna be trading, right? So just gotta keep that in mind. Whenever your volume is extremely low, you just gotta say, hey, something big about happen. Okay, it means like volatility going to increase, people are going to be panicking, BC could pump, dump, blah blah blah. But volume is decreasing, so it means we could be getting a very big move over the next few days. Also keep in mind, this is that's the 3-day chart, and we got 2 more days. Okay, we got like almost 2.5 days to go before this candle close. So the volume still got more room to go. It can match like last week volume, and so last candle volume, and so on, right? So do not be in hurry. So let's take a look at the 2-day chart. 2-day chart pretty much similar to the daily time frame. Volume is decreasing right there, and we're getting rejected from the 21 EMA. 21 EMA was like a very strong support right there, right? And if you go back in even like back in May, June, July, early August, right, being like a very constant support. Okay, very constant support, right? So you can see the dump back in like a May 8th, guys. You remember this Saturday dump, bang. This was also a Saturday dump, bang, right? So support, broke it, and I was bearish, it hugged it, bang, and I was like, okay, we gotta take this long. Okay, 10.5, we basically took it all the way up to 12K area. So everything is basically playing out as expected, but you don't want to be overly bearish. I always, because if you're overly bearish, you might miss the move like back up to like a 11.5 and so on, or you might be shorting it too hard, and then your stop loss gonna get hit and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be overly bearish, but the chart patterns, okay, they calling for lower numbers. Okay, I haven't even talked about any indicators yet, but just about volume, moving averages, candle patterns, right? They basically confirming a possible rejection above 10K area. So let me take a look at the chat room. We got 37 watching, likes, 9 likes. So if you like the content, make sure to hit the likes. If you don't, make sure to give it a thumbs down. So I know at least I need to improve in some areas, right? So so the bears look like, guys, they are about to strike very hard. Okay, I said it back in May, June, and I was like, we could be facing a big trouble sometime in we could be facing we could be facing a tough time, right? In September. September has not been very good for BTC over the last 3 years. I said it because I remember September 2017, right? Labor Day, okay. That weekend BTC dropped like crazily. The whole market dropped almost like 10, 15%, 30% drop, and I was like, what is this? Okay, it's supposed to be pumping during the holidays and all that good stuff, but it dumped really bad, and I was kind of surprised. And also last year right around this area, I was anticipating a BTC dump when BTC was like in this area late August, but it gave us this push, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, because you guys remember we got a head and shoulder pattern formation, and I was like, exactly guys, this is what I told you back then. And I was like, this head and shoulder pattern formation, right? You could say, hey, I got this one, but sometimes they give you a flat correction on your right shoulder. And I gave you a clear example, right? A clear example back then, which was this one. Okay, that's what I exactly gave you guys, right? This one, 1 2 3, and then we got this head and shoulder, and then we got this push to the upside again. So we got similar move before the capitulation. Same exact move, guys. Same exact move. We do this, do that, drop down, push back up, and then capitulate it down, right? So, but now we don't, we got a small head and shoulder right there, but most people have been calling it and saying head and shoulder pattern formation and all that good stuff to make themselves feel good. But let's see, it could drop much lower. So volume is picking up. That's the hourly time frame. As you can see, I was looking for this mid 10.8 to 10.9 area. We hit that area exactly. So if you've been FOMOing, as you can see, volume on Coinbase is picking up. That's the hourly time frame. Doesn't look good at all. Okay, it could create a short term like a head and shoulder pattern formation, right? And then before making a small one-to-one extension to the downside, you could see like we could be retesting this low 10.4 to 10.5 area for a temporary support, right? And that's what I was saying yesterday in my premium group, right? When BC started to make this structure, right? I clearly said, we're going to be moving in a triangular formation right there. Okay, that's what I was expecting, this triangular formation, right? A break to the upside, this fake out, and I was like, it's going to come back down to 10.550, right there. Okay, it dropped down to like a depending which exchange you're using, like a 10.590 and so on. But I was in bed that time, right? So it dropped down and pushed back up to the upside. It is most likely going to be coming lower. All right, it is most likely going to be coming lower with a possible head and shoulder pattern formation right there. Okay, so expect some noise within this range, right? Right shoulder formation. I wouldn't be trading these low low volatility range. I'm just going to be trading alt are more volatile and they dropping hard, so easy to short and basically easy to find some entry with alt, right? So let me take a look at the chart room. Hey, what's up, Sweet Canary? Hey, what's up, Crit? Let's go down. Hey, what's up, Craig? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hamza in the house. Jude, thanks a lot for tuning in. So, guys, if you want me to take a look at any alt, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go with my schedule and take a look at this alt, right? So, but BTC, let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly time frame, see where we at on a monthly basis, right? So on a monthly basis, that's what we That's what we're looking for. And if you guys remember March 6th, right, that's when I gave you this trend line, and I was like, guys, this trend line on a monthly basis, you know, the top of the bull run back in 2018, the bottom of the bull run, you know, of the bottom of the bear market of 2018, we could be retesting it when BC was hitting like the 21 EMA back in March 6th, right? So you can see we hit that area exactly, okay, did not close below it. And if we're going to be repeat the same scenario, we could be expecting a possible support if the drop is very severe. Okay, we could be saying, hey, we could be dropping all the way down to 5K. I don't expect it. Once again, I'm not saying we're going to do it this month or next month, right? All I'm saying is, if we're going to be dropping hard, right, I wouldn't be selling like right away this month below 5K, because I know at least within the next, you know, few weeks and so on, we're going to get another pullback. So let's just keep that in mind. If you wake up, I'm not telling you what to do, right? But if you just wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning and you see BTC at 5K, you better buy the dip. Okay, you better buy the dip. Okay, so at the same time, monthly 21 EMA, it is just about like 8600 range, right? So 8600 range, if you take a look at it from swing high to swing low, it is exactly roughly around like a 382. Okay, so I'm looking for this 8200 range, right, to meet 8K for a, you know, short-term temporary support. Okay, so let's say we break 10K, market is dropping, that's the first support we're gonna, you know, we're gonna need to look at for a you know, possible sideways correction for the next few days and so on. Just like what happened at 10K, you can see like we dropped down to 10K, I think like September 1st or something like that, right? But it took like almost 2 weeks to go back up to like a 10.9. So if you've been trading, I said it when BC dropped to a 10K, I'm not going to be trading this low volatility range. It's going to drive you crazy. All you have to do, either long it at 10K and wait for 10.9 to 11.1, or basically just short at 10.6 and have your stop loss, you know, above like a 11.3, 11.4, so on, right? So, but if you try to basically trade BTC like a 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, and all of that good stuff, it is going to drive you crazy. Okay, it's just 1%, 2% drop every, you know, 12 hours to you know, 24 hours. It doesn't worth it all to drop like, you know, 18, 20% in like, you know, in like 12 hours, stuff like that, right? So no need to basically rush BTC to drop. Just be patient and don't basically try to rush the market. Otherwise, you're most likely going to be making bad decisions and hurting your account, right, for the long term, right? So so no more doom boy. I'm still a doom boy. I mean, I'm giving you all these analysis, showing you like what type of a structure you're going to be looking for and all of that good stuff. All I'm saying is, don't be excessive on your bearishness. That's all I'm saying, because I learned from my previous previous setups being like extremely bearish when BC was at a like a, you know, 64, right, was extremely bearish in this area. And basically I shorted BTC like the whole month of January. So that was tough. Okay, that was very, very tough, like shorting the whole month of January. So, and you can see like after the, you know, after the end of the month, I was like, you know, somebody said it like in the group, and I was like, hey, we shorted the whole month of January. So you see, it was tough. So that type of mistake, I don't want to make it again, right? But the good news is like we shorted the top. We did not buy, you know, after the end of the month, we did not still like buy. Okay, we shorted basically like from 10K to 9K, 9K to 8K and all of that good stuff, right? We shorted it all the way down. Some of the people in the group even like shorted all the way down to, including myself, I shorted like from 75 to 3800 range, right? Some of the people in the group shorted Ethereum like crazily. Okay, so just have to basically be patient, right, and not be excessively you know, bullish or bearish. Just play the trend. As you know, guys, I don't do any like fundamentals. Okay, I don't care about fundamentals. All I care is about the chart. Okay, 90% of my analysis are based on, you know, charting, right? You know, maybe like 5 to 6% of it maybe like fundamentals, but I don't talk about it. Okay, I don't look at the chart and say, hey, we're gonna get a good news, or we're gonna get the lightning network, or the you know, we're gonna get the you know, the halving is coming and all of that good stuff. I don't care. Okay, I just look at my candles patterns, I look at my Elliott waves, I look at my moving averages, look at my volume, okay, and see what they're telling me, and I go by that, okay. But I don't wait for like a, for good news to come out for me to be buying. I don't buy when market is going up. Most people in my group know that already. Like, we buy the bottom and we sell when people buying, okay. You see, so that's a strategy we've been doing since like early this year, like a February, the first alt pump, right? And I said like, okay, next alt pump going to be somewhere around like June, right? So we started buying June. Some people are still holding like alt since like June, and we still above like a July highs, most of these alt, right? So, and and I was like, next alt pump going to be somewhere around like September, October. It's already September, okay. Alt could suffer for the short term, but October they could be, okay, looking for another reversal, okay. So let's just keep that in mind, right? So now let's take a look at basically Ethereum. And I'm going to take a look at also the Binance futures coins, like by alphabetical orders, right? Most of them, not all of them, right? After I take a look at Ethereum, because we've been shorting these alt like last night, like crazily, Neo, BNB, Wi-Fi, and but Wi-Fi I did not short it because I was ready to go to bed, and it was like I think 39,000, and I was looking for 36,000. It hit 36,000 exactly, but I was already in bed, so I was like, man, the volatility was low, so I wasn't sure if I take a trade I'm gonna be able to wait for it to hit 36,000. I was like, man, let me just leave it. Market gonna be around when I wake up, right? So let's take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, guys, macro scale. If you haven't watched my 2020 Ethereum forecast, right, make sure to click the link in the description, the video in the description. It is something I talk about first week of January 2020. It is like September, 9 months later, when Ethereum was right there. We called for this drop and this pump. I did not, okay, honestly, I did not expect Ethereum to go to $500, right? But one thing I was expecting in terms of a structure is like, we're gonna get this move, okay? Sometimes it is hard, this move, okay? You can know the direction, but you can know the end point. It is something I just have to keep in mind. Nobody can know the top. You can only say market gonna drop, but you cannot say market gonna drop to a very, very specific point, right? So we said Ethereum gonna double bottom, right? This double bottom, I wasn't even sure it's gonna hit like 86 on the dot, but I was like, if it hit low $100, okay, do not be bearish. That's all I said, right? So, and you can see like we're gonna be pushing back up to like a $300, right? But we pump all the way up to 500, but it is still okay, because sometimes your flat correction can be expanded, okay? You can break the low and break the top. Sometimes you don't break the low, you just break the top. So it is still okay. Macro wise, we could be looking for this move 1, 2, okay, and we're gonna be looking for this impulse move down, okay? I know it's not gonna be easy for most people to say like Ethereum can drop below $80, but guys, when Ethereum was $80, most of you guys been waiting for $50. So when Ethereum retraced back down to $80, most of you guys, including myself, right, was basically saying, hey, I'm looking for Ethereum to hit $50, man. I'm looking for Ethereum to hit $50. So this time, if we break $100, I don't think, okay, we're just gonna break $100 just to retest like $90. You see what I'm saying? It could be severe, okay? It could be a long drop, a long bear market for Ethereum until we basically find another reversal pattern. But once again, do not be bearish below $80, even though it's going to be dropping. Best thing to do, right? If we drop to that level, I would be buying the dip. Okay, I would be buying the dip because I'm expecting another reversal. At least okay, 50% to 0.618 off the bottom, okay, from the from this range, okay, right there. Let's say the top is 500, okay, and then let's say this is macro, okay? It's nothing to do with what Ethereum going to be doing over the next 2 days, okay? If Ethereum going to pump to 500 and all of that good stuff, right? So let's say the bottom going to be $50, okay? Okay, it could be lower, it could be higher too, but let's just assume like it's going to be $50. So we're going to be anticipating within the next few months, right, another pullback, okay, up to even like a 0.618, which is going to be another 200 to even like a $300 Ethereum. So I would just buy the dip, not being greedy and waiting for $25, $10 Ethereum. These numbers are crazy, guys. You know, these low numbers I'm mentioning are pretty much very crazy, but I said it before. It is not something like I'm just saying. I said it last year when Ethereum was roughly around like July, okay, was like right there, like a 220. Okay, when Ethereum was like 220, we said we're gonna buy Ethereum at $80 to $90 range. It did hit it. Okay, it did hit like actually hit like 113, right? But close enough. Okay, close enough. And that was like September or something like that, right? Back in September. So when we said it, it's already September again, right? So let's just keep that in mind. So let's take a look at Ethereum on a weekly basis. So Ethereum on a weekly basis did not retest 21 EMA on Poloniex. That's okay, but you can see like volume is decreasing, price is increasing, so we could get this wedge, right? And I said it also, we just have to keep in mind, even if Ethereum pushes to the upside, we could be struggling to break this range. Okay, if you guys watch my previous live stream, you can see I was like, we might not be able to break this range over the last 5 weeks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, right? So you can see like we got 6 weeks of support and resistance. So I don't think we're gonna just break it easily. And you can see that we hit it like exactly 390, and I was looking for 390 to 390 to 400 range. First target was like 383 to 385 range. We hit that, and I was like, guys, it can try to push to the upside up to 396, right? But it didn't even like get the chance to break like 390, right? So pretty spot on, right? So now we basically push into the upside slowly, not aggressively. So volume is low on a weekly basis, but we got 7 days to go. So let's see what Ethereum going to be doing over the next few days on a weekly basis, right? So let's check the daily. So daily time frame pretty much similar to King, King BTC, right? So King XRP. So King BTC, right? Rejection from the 200 EMA, rejection. So until we break this level, I wouldn't be too bullish on Ethereum. Short-term support for Ethereum going to be rough around like a 330 to 320 area. Back to the 100 EMA short-term, short-term support, not resistance. Short-term support, just about the daily 100 EMA for the next, over the next few days and so on. Not sure if we're going to capitulate down all of a sudden and retest it today, or we're just going to drop slowly. That I'm not sure, okay? Because sometimes volatility is hard to manage. Volatility is very, very hard to anticipate sometimes, right? But if volume picks up, most likely it can do it very, very rapidly. But I wouldn't be sitting on the computer and waiting for it to do it today, right? So let's just keep that in mind, right? Ethereum support, basically 330 to 320 area, temporary support. Upside target, in case like we gotta pull back to a 0.618, it has a support right there, previous resistance, which is like 350. So if this level of 350 holds right, we could be anticipating a possible three-way. That's also possible, right? But it is still bearish, okay? It is just going to give you this impulse, ABC, and then we're gonna get this impulse, right? So we don't know which one we're gonna get, but macro is already telling us Ethereum is bearish, okay? Ethereum is bearish. Hey, what's up, AJ? If Ethereum breaks, not Ethereum, BTC drops. If BTC drops below 4K, it breaks structure. No, it's not gonna break the structure, man. I showed you the WXY correction. I'm tired of basically showing you the WXY correction. It will follow the structure. in wave in terms of wave analysis, if BTC drops below 4K, 3K, it's not going to change anything. Like I told you, if it pumps above like a 10.5, it can go all the way up to 12.5. It's not going to change anything about the macro structure. It is going to be a low noise. Those 20%, it is just going to be noise. Okay, that's what I just told you, right? And we're going to go back up. We're going to go back and talk about BTC regarding that WXY correction. So lower degree, Ethereum showing like a sign of weakness, right? We got this three-way move drop. Price is pulling back up. It can pull back up to the 1 hour 100 EMA, this red line, right? 370 area, and basically look for this double bottom short term. Okay, so if you're looking for a scalp, you could be looking for this short term 4% drop from Ethereum. And if you're basically looking for a possible 1% move, you could look for this move. Okay, you could be looking for 370 to 370 to 371. But I think shorting at 370 is safer than trying to take that 1%, and then price might give you a fake up. The reason why I'm saying it is, like, you can see, like, we got a very big volume dropping, breaking resistance, right? Breaking support, and then retesting resistance at the same time with the same volume. So the current volume we got is so weak. If it goes to that level, the chance of the bears, saying, hey, that's weak and we're gonna short it, is very high. So I would assume like the bear is gonna be striking right there and try to retest the double bottom, push the price down, and the bull is gonna be like, oops, we're gonna get this buy the dip right here, because the bear is gonna be saying, oh, head and shoulder and all that good stuff. Ethereum could do this again. So let's just keep that in mind. It could be a long play. Do not expect like a linear drop. Do not expect a linear drop. Okay, it could happen, but I wouldn't expect it. So keep in mind this play. Okay, pay attention to this play. So let's go ahead and go back to BTC, and we're going to take a look at the macro scale this guy is talking about. So I think what AJ is talking about is like, if we break a 4K is still above 3K, right? So it's not going to change. It's not going to break the structure. Okay, so what are we looking for BTC on the macro scale in terms of wave analysis, right? As you guys can see, right, we talk about this mover being our W, right? And we said this move is our X, and we're going to be looking for this move to be our Y. Okay, Y move to the downside, but the Y correction is kind of complex, right? It is coming in a three-way move pullback, right? And then we're going to be looking for this move, right? So in terms of macro analysis, that's what I'm looking for, right? However, let's say BTC breaks like 12.5, okay, and try to retest like a 14K. This structure on a three-way analysis, it is still in play. Okay, the reason why I'm saying it is still in play is like, you can look at it as like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can also look at it this way. It's nothing wrong to look at it like BTC retesting 14K, right? Just like Ethereum, right? And do this, right? So, but as of now, I'm just looking at this structure 1, 2, and 3, right? With this move, this Z move to the downside, this is your W, that's your X, and your Z move to the downside, and being very complex, right? Being very complex. That's that, but it's the same structure. It's the same structure. You got your move 1, 2, and 3. You can look at it like that also, just like Ethereum. Just like Ethereum. Just like Ethereum. Okay, so you can see like Ethereum structure 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, just like that. Okay, not saying it's gonna go to $8. I'm just showing you a directional move, right? So let me just do it before you guys say Ethereum going to $1. Like this. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Yeah, so let's just keep that in mind for BTC. So let me take a look at the chat room once again. If you guys don't have any question, I'm just gonna go ahead and so don't forget to hit the likes. If you're new to our content, make sure to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and join the public Telegram group, link in the description, so you can join over 700 traders sharing ideas and doom analysis and moon analysis. Yeah, I don't use any regression band, so is it still a good idea to buy XRP? I mean, if you're looking for a long-term trade for XRP, it is still a good range to be buying. I mean, I don't think XRP is going to be below 20 cents forever, right? But I already gave you like a macro analysis for XRP. I wouldn't be doing any in and out. Yes, it could drop 50-60%, right? But it is very, very, very aggressive to like a sell out, sell everything and try to wait for the bottom, right? Maybe sell 50% and buy at the bottom again and cost average, dollar cost average, stuff like that. But selling out and basically just waiting for 6 to 5 cents, that's very aggressive because market can just wick down and then go back up. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be, it's not safe. Okay, it's not safe in terms of profitability. It's not safe, right? Another thing to do also is like just buy every week. I said it last year when XRP was like 40 cents. I was like, okay, either you decide to buy every week, dollar cost average all the way down to 13 to 11 cents, right? And it did that exactly. It hit 13 to 11 cents, right? So, but I wouldn't don't be too bearish and sell out and basically sell everything and just wait for the bottom, because you might basically lose focus, right? And even be looking for like a half a penny. Okay, so stuff like that. Super duper delight. So we already talked about the 8600 range. So just rewind the move the cursor back and watch the first 10-15 minutes of the video, and you can see what we talk about regarding the monthly 2-1 EMA and all that good stuff. All right, so for BTC, so let's go ahead and take a look at let's take a look at these coins on Binance, right? Binance futures, and based on alphabetical order, right? So and then we're gonna go back to BTC. Okay, so the first one going to be Cardano. Okay, ADA been moving very slow over the last few few days and so on. And I said it, guys, especially ADA BTC. I wasn't even paying attention to ADA USD. So I was like, ADA BTC, buy it at 480. I said it like October, November, but people start buying it like when ADA BTC is like almost 1500 sats. So after it pumped like 4x, not even in dollar value, because that time it already pumped in dollar, right? If you bought it like 400 sats, it means like you bought it at the bottom in dollar value, right? So you look at it after it pumped like nearly 500%, right? In dollar value, people started buying it, and it pumped almost like 800%. So if you bought it in BTC, it really doesn't matter. It already pumped. It is going to pump also in dollar value, right? So, but ADA looks very, very, very weak as of now. So we're gonna need to pump at least above like 13.7 to start like a turning bullish on the dollar value. But on the BTC value, it's like a support level, just about 800 to 900 range, right? That's a support level. So ADA, let's take a look at on the weekly. Weekly doesn't look good. Bear flagging between these two moving averages, 121. So most likely a breakout is coming, right? So if you want to use your Fibonacci extension and retracements, right, you can see like you could be retracing down to 50%, which is like half a penny. Okay, not half a penny, but 5 cents. So half a penny, 88, that's going to be very cheap. So you could be looking for another possible 45%, and 45% drop going to be right there. Okay, previous resistance, right? Previous resistance could be acting as a support, right? I don't think like we're going to have a chance to make a head and shoulder pattern formation on the lower degree, but we could also make it. I'm not going to say that we're not, but that's also possible, just to delay the drop if we're going to be dropping below this range. So you got multiple way of looking at it. You also got a trend line base right there. We broke the trend line, we broke the 200 EMA. This is one of my setups also, in terms of like alt moving strongly to the upside following a trend line. Let's take a look at it on the 2-day chart like this, right? That's one of my setups. Like, you follow the trend line, right, and you follow your moving average. Whenever the price and moving average breaks, okay, they break the the trend line, it is very bearish. Okay, it is starting to turn the other way. So it is it is one of my setups, for a bearish reversal pattern, right? So just pay attention to 88. But the good news, on the lower degree, volume is decreasing, price is decreasing, so I would expect some sort of pullback. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gives us a pullback, even back to like a 12 cents and so on. So just keep that in mind. But the daily 200 EMA the 2-day 200 EMA not gonna let that happen, right? And at the same time, you got the daily 200 EMA just about like 10 cents, and the 100 EMA just about 11 cents. So it could be very tough for the bulls to pull that off. Okay, but let's see over the next few days what we're gonna get. But a possible pullback could be on the way, so don't be too bearish on it. So if you short it, you might have to put your stop loss away. All right, so next one, it is going to be algo. Algo still was giving us a bearish pattern, just like the one we got right there and right there. So in this area, but it gives us another pushback up to the daily 200 EMA, got rejected. So basically what we've been anticipating from BTC, that's what we're seeing right now from algo, right? Push to the daily 200 EMA, got rejected, retesting 100 EMA, could not find the support. Now it's just looking for this primary support at 35 cents. So, and initially I was waiting for algo to break 32 cents. I was like, if it breaks 32 cents, I'm just gonna short this sucker, and this sucker never dropped below 32 cents, so it just pumped back up, and I was like, okay, I just let it go, right? So and I did not look at it afterward. But most likely right now, you take a look at this range, it's very, very bad, guys. I'm gonna show you this strategy. It's like when market is dropping, right, like this, it's dropping, and you're gonna get like a sideways correction, but this sideways correction gonna come up with a very low volume, and it's gonna be like, it's not gonna break the previous high, and it's not gonna break the previous low. It's just gonna stay in between with a very low volume. I've been using it like recently, especially when I'm scalping on 15 minutes or hourly. It works well, especially when I'm looking for a short, just short this sucker. So if you pay attention to it, you can basically start like you might know it, but you might not pay attention to it. But when you see it now, you're gonna pay attention to it, right? This low volume, I'm gonna show you multiple one of them, okay, over the next few minutes and so on, right? But I'll go next support level just about 24 cents, okay, if we break this 22 area range, right? 24 to 22. So next one going to be Atom. So Cosmos, same thing, okay. As you can see, we got rejected, right, on a daily basis. Okay, so you got this undecided candle right there, volume very low compared to the rejection volume. So you can see like we just dumped down. I was looking forward to short it on the lower degree. I wasn't even paying attention to the higher time frame, but it was so close. It was so strong. It was looking so strong at the bottom. I was like, okay, I don't want to short stuff right now at the a support area, so I just let it go, right? But if I paid attention to the daily time frame, I would have basically be very confident on the lower degree. but right now it is a support. So let's let's wait over the next few hours and so on and see what we're gonna get within the next few within the next few hours. Let's take a look at 12 hour. 12 hour not looking good, and you can even see it like on a 12 hour right there also. 12 hour not looking great, but just because we hit the daily 100 EMA, I wouldn't mess with it. Okay, I'd rather look for something else that I'm very confident that shorting it and basically getting stuck with it for days and stuff like that, right? Hey, what's up, Lady Gaga? I mean, Lady Plants. So let's move on to BAL. So BAL, nice capitulation right there, still making a bear flag, just like a dot. So I just sent a dot. I'm actually shorting dot actually, right? So let's see, okay, how dot dot gonna look like. Okay, so just like dot making a wedge, so we're just gonna need for it to break this level. It doesn't have much of a history. Have to take a look at it on, I think, FXS, something like that. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it has some history from this since like July, right? So, but it is basically making a bear flag. That's the only thing we need to know right now. Okay, only thing we need to know. So we could be looking for a drop down to the 100 EMA, which is like $20 short-term trade. That's almost another 10% if you look at it, like almost, right? So, but bigger time frame could possibly give us a fake out with a head and shoulder pattern formation. Not sure if market gonna let us do that, but even if we drop, we still got a head and shoulder pattern formation. The right shoulder might look very ugly, but hey, it's bearish. Okay, so could look for this move down to 0.618 next, right there. We already retested 50% pullback. That's why I'm looking for band, BAND, also to pull back down to 50% pullback, but it is dropping slowly. I've been looking for it since like it was like 11.3 last couple of weeks, right? But it is at $8 right now. Not $8, it was $8 yesterday. It's like $7.50 right now, BAND, right? So we could be looking for like a $14 range over the next few days, right? Not saying today, but it could take like forever because if volatility is not high enough, right? So talking about band, right? BAND. So macro scale view from like 10 cents. Look at this sucker. 10 cents from March, right? 20 cents, something like that, right? All the way up to like $17. So this sucker gonna come down, right? So what I'm looking for in terms of wave analysis, we already got 5-wave structure up, right? Could count one. This one break the low, but you can still, okay, you can still look at it from this range, this angle. Okay. One, two, 3, 4, and 5, or you could just say my wave number 3 is right there. It really, at this point, it really doesn't matter. I just don't want to be trying to prove myself right or wrong about like this push to the upside. It already 5-way structure. Depend how you want to look at it. Depending on, it depends what type of a trader you are. You might just ignore this victory downside and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But either way you look at it, we got a very, very impulse wave. That's the most important thing to know. And we got a nice impulse wave to the upside. And you could be looking for swing low to swing high right there. So we just hit like 236. So we could be looking for next level to pay attention to, going to be 382. And 382, it is just about like 320 range, okay, just about low $3. Okay, so we're going to be looking for a low $3 range within the next few weeks, few days, and so on, right? But do not basically sleep on the daily 100 EMA until we break it, right? It's not going to be I wouldn't be very confident to enter a trade until we break it. Okay, lower degree, you might be, scalping it and all of that good stuff, right? Because this move, just like I showed you on ADA, it's possible to get another rejection from the 21 EMA and then basically drop down to this level, right? So let's keep that in mind. So let's take a look at Binance. Okay, I was trading Binance last night, also scalping Binance from like a $30 to the low $27, right? So you can see Binance, I spotted this move beautifully. Okay, this move, I was trading Binance right there. Okay, so it is a very, very good structure, right? But you just have to be familiar with the market to anticipate these moves, right? So let's say market going to be going up, right? Market going to be going up, but it's going to drop. Once it drop, it's going to give you a short pullback, and this short pullback going to give you another double bottom. The double bottom and the top going to be below the previous high, and market just going to give you this move. I was analyzing this one live. Okay, give you this impulse move, break this previous top right there, right, and then give you this very, very strong sell-off down. Okay, so that's the setup I was anticipating, and it played out perfectly right there. Bang, bang. So I was shorting it right there, and I was like, okay, let me just get out now. It's enough. And I started shorting a Neo and stuff like that, right? Neo and waves and other alt, right? So, but it is a very, very good, powerful setup. If it works out, if you missed it, right? Let's say sometimes these plays, like for instance, you don't know when they're going to play out. You might just trying to scan the market and find these setups. But I don't wait sometimes for this setup to play out. I wait till they like 80 to 90% ready, and I take them. I don't just wait for them to play out, right? But this one, I basically spotted it before this move. Okay, I spotted this one because I'm already familiar with the left hand right there, and I knew it was not new, but I was kind of confident it's going to push, and once it push, it's going to drop back down, right? So just like Neo, we're going to talk about Neo next, right? So, but BNB lower degree right there. Let's take a look at 6 hour. 6 hour 21 EMA is holding very strong, so expect a pullback from BNB, right? Expect a pullback. It could be a double top, it could get rejected at 0.786 to 0.618. Just don't know, right? Just don't know yet. I would like to give it like a few more hours and so on to study the market again, right? But 21 EMA looking very strong. If we break this 21 EMA without pulling back, we still got the 100 EMA just about like a $24, right? If BC decide to do something crazy, it most likely not going to do this. But if BC moves sideways, we could be expecting like it to give us a sharp pullback, okay, like this. It could be sharper too, right? Could be like this too, a V-shaped type of a recovery. So, but the good news is like we got a support. The bad news is like the 100 EMA is so far away. It's like at $24. So it means like market most likely going to wait for the 100 EMAs at some point and retest it. If it wants to go up, it can, okay, or it can make another same pattern and then drop back down, right? But we're gonna talk about it over the next few days and so on, right? So BTC dominance, very, very important. As you can see, I was basically following this BTC dominance very, very closely, right? And I was expecting this support area at 0.786 to 0.888. We hit 0.888 exactly. So I'm expecting some sort of rejection at 6 hour 100 EMA, but BTC is breaking it. Okay, so I would like to give it like a few more hours to to consolidate and see what we're gonna get. It means alt could recover if BTC going to be dropping back down to double bottom again, right? And give us a three-way move pullback. So let's keep an eye on the BTC dominance, right? So the CME, I talked about the CME yesterday in my premium group, and I was like, CME, right? We need the CME to hit what? 21 EMA. When the CME was like 10.6, 10.7, I was like, the CME hasn't hit basically 21 EMA, right? So it means like BC still has some juice, so do not be too bearish, right? Similarly, right, back in March, CME hit 21 EMA before it created another gap at basically 9K. Same thing, okay? So now we just hit the 21 EMA. So yesterday we did not hit 21 EMA, so I wasn't that bearish. I was like, let's just give it like few more hours to get a clear direction instead of trying to short it at 10, 10,750 to 10.8. It can pump to 10.9 to 11.1, and you're gonna get stopped out if your stop loss is too close, right? No need to short the top, no need to buy the bottom. The only thing you need is the meat, okay? You just need what's in between, okay? The big chunk, that's what you need, right? What you need, right? So let's move on. We already talked about BTC. CRV looking not so good. I was giving CRV on a lower degree a possible retest of the $3, but the daily time frame we just capitulated below this support area. That's not good at all, okay? So CRV looking now very, very, very bad. The bulls gonna need at least within the next few days to jump back above this range and consolidate again in this range. It's not gonna be easy, but once we get back up above 1819, right, we could start to see like a some strong momentum. But other than that, right, we don't have any support below, okay, at least on YB, okay? So let's see if we do a swing low to swing high. We could say if we continue to drop, we're gonna have to basically pay attention to 1.27 to 1.41, which is just about $1.30, okay? $1.30 to $1.40 range, okay? Next, fib retracement, fib extension, support, right? So, but on the other hand, right, we just have to keep in mind, once again, we need to go back up above $1.80 to $1.90 to start being bullish again, right? Because we had a nice bullish momentum, but just lost it. Oh man, hey, what's up, random editor? Band, I just talked about band, right? So that sucker pump from 10 or 20 cents, blah blah blah, right, all the way to $17. It pumped too fast. It's gonna drop too fast, right? So you gotta expect that too, man. So let's go back to band. so I'm actually looking to short band. So it's gonna be a nice short. It's just like entry going to be the toughest thing. That's why I've been watching it, but entry going to be the toughest thing, okay? The move is so overexpanded, and it moves very fast, okay? It can hit your stop loss or wreck you very quickly. That's why I'm being very, very cautious with band, right? It's moving fast, and it can move back up very fast, all right? Like a 30, 20, 50% in one day and all that good stuff, right? So that's why I'm just being cautious with it, right? Not touching it at the moment. But if the right times, if you get the right strategy to short it with minimal risk, I'm definitely going to going to do that, right? But right now the risk is very high, even though it's very bearish, right? To enter a short right now. So, but I'm looking for that 350 on the downside. Rejection area going to be just about like a 9.95. At first I was looking forward to push up to like a 1050, right, in this range. I was looking forward to retest like a 1050 to $11 range, but this sucker could not even defend itself, right? And bulls just lost control, and bears just drop the price right down, okay? Drop the price right down. So let's go, not 0. So we talk about CRV dot. So let's take a look at dot. So Polkadot, So Polkadot, I'm shorting Polkadot, okay? So dot kind of aggressive though. I don't like to show that support, right? I don't like to show that support, but that I don't know why I just short this sucker, man. So but I don't want it to go above like a 560. So that's going to be a stop loss area, because it happened to me on Monero, right? I was very confident when Monero gave me a wedge, and I knew if it breaks out, it's gonna break out very strongly, right? But I still shorted it, right? So I'm still on Monero short. I'm still on Monero short from like 85, 86, right? It pumped to 92, I still stay in, right? So it is coming back. I think it is like right now 88, stuff like that, right? So it's still Monero pumped to the upside, but coming back down. So I don't want to be doing the same thing with dot. Just put a stop loss. If it hit it, you're out. So you won't have to basically getting your funds locked on one coin and waiting for 2 to 3 days for it to come down, right? So but this one I'm just going to suck it up. Just suck it up, put the stop loss right there, right? So so looking forward to break it lower degrees, 4 hour, 4 hour. Oh, nice. Look at the 4 hour. So look at the 4 hour right there. So this volume, if this candle closes green, that's going to be very good. Even though it's red right now, it'll be nice if it closes green, because I just showed you that pattern, right? Strong rejection, right? Strong rejection, and your volume, next volume candle going to be green, but it's going to be low. So I would like to see this volume to be green for me to stay even very confident. We could be dropping down to 50% to 0.618. These two areas right there. Okay, 50% to 0.618. So it might not, so we got like 3 hours to go, so it's not going to be easy at all. Unless like we just capitulate it down. Okay, we just capitulate down. So Ben, let's see if we're gonna get it. But once again, I don't know if you're shorting it, you're long, whatever you do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, right? So keep that in mind, because we still, all right, this wedge, you can still draw it like this, right? And retest the 1 hour 100 EMA, right? Which is right there at $4.88. So if we hit $4.88, you might just put your stop loss. It can hit it easily back up, but at least put a stop loss at at entry, if you should, especially if you shorted it at 520, 530 range, it can easily hit it back. Okay, go back up and hit it, but it's nothing you can do. You just have to protect yourself, right? So if it does, right? So let's just keep that in mind for band, for dot, not band. So EOS not looking so great. EOS is very weak on 4 hour. On the weekly also is very weak. EOS is weak all over the place. Weak all over the place, right? I wouldn't even touch EOS right now. I can't short it. We could look for a short opportunity, but it moves very slow. Okay, it moves very slow. It moves very slow. So we got a trend line support. It has to hold it. Otherwise, we're going to get this yellow line, which is like $2 range. And EOS, it is moving in a... I was looking at the chart the other day and I was like, okay, take a look at EOS. If you divide the chart in 4 parts, right, this range from a May high, right, May 2019 high to March 2020 lows, you divide this area in 4 different areas, right? You can see they equal amount, they in equal areas, okay? So you can see these rejection areas and support levels being respected, okay, being respected. So since like we below this mid-range, of blue line, right, just just want to wait for a support area for for EOS right there, okay, $2.10 and so on, right? Can it push back up? Yes, but it's not giving me a bullish signal yet, right? So I'm just gonna wait, be patient, right, not do anything, just like I did right there when EOS was moving, correcting right here. I was like, guys, no need to be in rush, once we pump above the weekly 200 EMA, we're going to long it all the way up. First target $3.30, second target $4. Hit both of them. So right now I don't have any bullish setup for EOS, basically, right, until we get a clear direction, bullish directional move, right? But even if we pump to the upside like this, right, it can just do this to create a head and shoulder pattern formation. I would like to wait for it at least to retest $2 and give us another, bullish setup. Not saying it will, but if it does, it's going to increase my confidence, right, about EOS. That's all I'm saying. Okay, can it change the direction, and can it change the directional move and all of a sudden pump above roughly around like a 350? Yes. Okay, it can. But as of now, we just have to basically be very cautious in this range. Be very cautious in this range, right? It can pump, but I just like to see a stronger bullish momentum, right? The $3 range was a strong support, support, but did not hold very strongly. So we just have to wait. All right, so I'm gonna skip Ethereum Classic. Let's talk about Ethereum Classic. It's very weak, man. Ethereum Classic very, very weak. Could not break this 200 EMA, right? 100 EMA, actually the red line. So capitulated down. That's on Binance, right? So Ether Classic doesn't look very strong, both versus BTC and versus a dollar. You can see versus a dollar, it is only 60% up since like March low. Most alt, even band, is like 300, 400, 600% up since March, right? So it is looking very weak. Okay, it is looking very weak. So I was looking for it to break this weekly 100 EMA, but it couldn't. I was like, man, this sucker gotta break it. It gotta break it. It broke it, drop down, broke it, drop down. So bang, just capitulated. So now we're on a bear flag again. Okay, we're on a bear flag. So retest of the low is probable if you're looking for cheaper Ethereum Classic. If you're looking to sell higher, pay attention to your weekly 200 EMA in case we spike to the upside. $6 to $6.20 area, right, for a possible spike to the upside. But as of now, I'm not really interested about Ethereum Classic until we get a a bullish momentum. The bearish momentum is pretty clear. Directional move is pretty clear. Daily is making a bear flag, so pretty clear. Okay, still below the daily 200 EMA 550. So any entry up to 550 could be nice, with a stop loss above 620 and so on, right? So Ethereum, we already talked about Ethereum. Okay, so daily 200 EMA getting rejected, looking for support $320 to $300 range. Okay, so IOST BTC, somebody just asked. So IOST alt, I don't look at them on a daily basis, right? I look at alt on a alt, like these are Binance futures, right? But alt to BTC, like everything else, like a longer term swing, not like short term swings, right? So I look at alt BTC versus BTC on the 3-day basis, right? We pump above the 100 EMA, got dropping back down to the 200 EMA on a 3-day basis. That is still bullish. Okay, even though we drop in hard until we break this 200 EMA, it is still bullish. Okay, as long as we basically stay above it. We just don't want to capitulate down to this area. Okay, it could give us a very, very tough time to create another bullish momentum just to go back above the 200 EMA. You see, it's going to take forever. So, but as of now, it is still bullish. It pumped from 44, guys, to 86. That's 90%. So if you bought it at the top and did not buy it at 55 when we said buy some at 55 and target going to be 108, you could possibly even buy at 44 to 40 sats and even sell at like 80, 78, right? And put stop loss if you want to. But it is still bullish. Daily 200 EMA holding very strong, and I think 6-hour 200 EMA was holding very strong. but we broke the 6 hour, just broke the 100 EMA also on the 6 hour. Let's do this. Now at 0.618, so that's a very good temporary support right now, you know, for the bulls. Okay, just about like 59. So came right back down to like a 56. So buy them when they drop. Don't buy them when they're going up. So most people are not going to buy them after they drop 25-30%, but they're going to buy them like after they up 30%. I don't do that. Okay, I don't buy when they up. Excuse me. It is 30% down right now, right? And most people are not going to buy it. They're going to wait for another 40% drop, right? So, but it is holding very strong, you know, daily 100 EMA, you know, 3-day 21 EMA. Just like Ontology a couple days ago, Ontology dropped 25-30%, right? So, but it pumped back up, right? So Link USD, let's go ahead and take a look at Link. So guys, let me know which coin you want me to take a look at. Link, I got in my premium group, I got a lower target, right? But let's see if we're gonna hit it. Okay, so for Link, it is not linking with the market right now. So let's see what Link gonna do, right? 3-day chart, we breaking 21 EMA, right? So that's not good. Okay, that's not good at all. So if you break the 21 EMA on a daily basis, on a 3-day basis, next level to look for is going to be like $6 to $7 areas. Okay, $6 to $7 area for short-term swing. So if you're looking for a a nice entry for Link, if that's too aggressive, you could just wait for the $5 range, right, which is $4.50 to $5, which is like previous top. Okay, it is most likely, okay, going to hold as a very strong support, right? So in terms of fib retracement, you can see like it is going to be roughly around like 50% to 0.618, right? So that's going to be a nice longer term swing buy for Link, but I think it is still high, right? But it all depends. Okay, it all depends what your strategy is. Okay, if that's too cheap for you and you're looking for $1,000 Link, that's a great buy. Okay, so if that's too expensive for you, you might just suck it up and wait for 0.888, which is like $2 to like a $3, right? But that's a longer term analysis. Let's just focus on 50% to 0.618 and see how the bulls going to be reacting to a price action in this area, right? Otherwise, you might be too bearish like I was when Link was, I think, right there, $5. I was very bearish and looking for this $1 to $1.50 Link. It did not give it to me and it pumped it upside. It's okay, but market's always around. Okay, market always around. So let's just wait for the 100 EMA 2-day chart or 3-day chart right there. The 2-day chart 100 EMA just about like $8, which is pretty much doable, which is like at 382, right? You got confluence, so that's going to be a temporary support. You could be looking for another swing, right? So I'm not sure. Okay, it depends. Like I said, it depends what your strategy is. Are you day trading? Are you swing trading? Whatever you're looking at. Okay, what type of a structure you're looking at, right? So just be mindful. It is below daily 100 EMA, daily 21 EMA, daily 2-day 21 EMA, 3-day 21 EMA. So that's not strong. Okay, that's not strong at all. That is not strong at all. For now, at least for now, right? But until we break basically 12.5, we could start looking for like a $16. But as of now, I wouldn't be too greedy and looking for a $16 Link, right? So Kava. So KAVA, I'm looking for 2 target range for KAVA. Okay, as you can see, it broke my trend line, also broke the 200 EMA, right? Retest the 100 EMA, try to retest the daily 2-day 100 EMA, but could not. But I think the daily we already hit it almost, okay? Almost hit it. So two things I'm going to be looking at. It is going to be a possible flat correction. We could be double bottoming right there, make a low high right there, or even break it, right? And basically continue the uptrend. That's very possible, right? So another possible setup I'm anticipating is like we can just double bottom and move sideways before dropping down, right? So if BTC is going to be capitulating, this doesn't have any chance to go back up. However, if BTC is going to be pushing back up, try to retest 12K, we got a nice possible double bottom, a nice beautiful double bottom, and a very beautiful wedge we could be anticipating right there. Okay, a beautiful wedge we could anticipate right there. So, but BTC once again has to acknowledge this wedge, right? But for now, I'm gonna prioritize the bearish momentum, but at the same time trying to keep an eye for a possible, wedge pattern formation right there, back to this range, right? So I wouldn't give it too much focus, but I will keep an eye on it. All right, so let's keep that in mind, right? Land, I'm kind of bearish on land. I'm looking for a further down move from land. Beautiful setup, beautiful setup, finally dropping below the 200 EMA. So I'm looking for these two short-term trade for LE and D, right? So almost like 15% short-term short, right? So I already sent it to the group. So let's see, we got a strong resistance right there. So I would just suck it up, put a stop loss away, and look for a one-to-one, roughly right there. It is aggressive, but it is one-to-one, okay? Roughly a 12 to 15% drop, and you put a stop loss right there. Oh, that's going to be high. Might want to put it right there, okay? Just about 12 to 15%, right? And get it right there. Your one-to-one. It is below the 200 EMA. I was watching it very, very carefully over the last 2 days. So so put a stop loss right there, okay? And we're going to be looking for this move down, right? So a strong drop to the downside could take us all the way down to daily 100 EMA. Most alt getting support from the daily 100 EMA, but LE and D is holding very strong, okay? Just like this sucker AGI, right? Only thing 20, that's the only thing 20% up, right? That's the only thing that is 20% up. So let's see how land going to be performing all the way down to 55, right? So we already talked about Link, Neo. So Neo gave us a nice setup yesterday. So you can see like Neo, we started shorting it in this range right there, okay? So and all the way down to like a 21.5, and I was like, okay, it's time to go to bed, something like that, right? So when and then when you sleep, come back up, Neo is already back up, pumped up to the upside, drop back down. You see, market always gonna be around. You're never gonna miss everything. Never gonna miss everything. So Neo going to be dropping back down. So that's a nice short opportunity right there for a possible retest. If you're looking for a short scalp, that's a move you're not going to be looking for. This 3 to 4% drop. This hourly 200 EMA going to give us a tough time. That's what I was using as a reference yesterday, right? When Neo was right there. Let's take a look at 15 minutes. So Neo was a nice play, okay? It was a nice play yesterday because we got a pattern called pattern 7, okay? Pattern 7 with a triple top, and you're supposed to short it. But Neo, I saw it right there when it was right there, okay? I think that was like the daily, as soon as the daily candle started, right? And I was like, okay, how I'm gonna play this one, because I knew it's gonna drop back down at some point to the 100 EMA. So I was confident about my short, right? But I was watching it, and I put a basically long position, try to long it to the top first, right? Pick this 1.5%, right? right? And the market did not take my order, so this sucker pumped. I was pissed. By the time I was complaining about the market not taking my order, this sucker dumped right back down, and I was like, man, look at this sucker. So I didn't want to short. I didn't want to short close to the 220 EMA because I knew 220 EMA was going to be a support level. So I was waiting for this move to go back up. So that's when I sent the the pattern to the group, and then we started shorting it like from this range, right? So I shorted it low. Actually, I did not even short the top. I shorted right there. So I shorted right there, but it was so painful because market was pushing strongly. BTC was pushing strongly, like above 10.7. So NEO was also, I was watching it live, right? NEO was also basically pushing with BTC. So I was like, oh my gosh. And that time my Monero was underwater. Now I'm down like 1.5% on NEO. I'm like, man, look at this sucker. So, but I stay patient and take a look at my chart pattern. Look at pattern 7, and I was like, it was kind of bullish and bearish at the same time, because pattern 7 is a flat correction first, right? And then a triple top, W. So I was like, okay, this W could play out, because I did not expect NEO to go all the way up. I was just expecting to get rejected 50% of this engulfing candle. And you guys know I love to short 50% of an engulfing candle, right? So 50% of this engulfing candle, I was like, okay, it broke it. Another beautiful engulfing candle up top. Whoa. So I just stay tuned, okay? I didn't do anything. I just stay tight. This sucker drop, bang. I was like, okay, good. So and then we took it all the way down to the daily, not daily, but 15 minutes 100 EMA, which was like 21.5. Okay, I even got out like 21.6. Okay, 21.6. I fully got out because it was painful. Okay, it was very painful. Like it was very painful, this one. That's why sometimes it's not good to be overly confident, because if market goes against you, it's going to be very painful. Okay, even though it was like 2%, 1.5%, but I didn't want to hold like two position underwater at the same time with a scalp. So I like to just do one position at the same time, and if that position is green, I can start looking for another one. But because I got the premium group, I have to basically answer question and send charts and all of that, updates. So I try to keep my positions low when I'm scalping and all of that, right? Scalping 1, 2, 3, 5, 10%. No need to short like 10 coins doing the same thing, right? So they uncorrelated. They correlated. So if they were uncorrelated, I would maybe long this one, short this one. But since they're all correlated, sometimes I just take it easy, and so I can do other stuff easily without no rush and all that good stuff. So guys, we got 42 watching, we got 28 likes. That's over 50%. Let's get 40 likes, right? So I know most of you guys just joined. So if you like the content, make sure to join our public Telegram group, join our premium group. To join our premium group, make sure to send me a message, right? And I can give you all the information you need to join our to join our premium group. Okay, if you already like an advanced trader, that's going to be great for you, because most people in the group already advanced, like they know a lot about trading. So it's just going to be it's going to be easy for you to know what people are talking about and all that good stuff. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about OMG. Oh my gosh. So OMG was first bullish, okay, and it switched pattern and got this head and shoulder pattern formation, broke to the downside. The bottom going to be low 3. It's not that bad. Okay, another 10% drop, but if you spot buying, I don't think it's going to be a bad thing, right? So it's just going to be 320 and so on. The pattern is clear. Multiple rejection, engulfing pattern on the head, right? This head got an engulfing candle, so that's pretty strong. Okay, so I was looking at these patterns, and I was like, when you get a head and shoulder pattern formation, right, make sure make sure to get like some sort of engulfingness in this range. Okay, so once you get an if you get a strong rejection right there, that's gonna come from like, you know, your head and shoulder pattern formation. You can easily get a 1-to-1 extension, right? You can easily get 1-to-1 extension on your head and shoulder pattern formation. Let's just keep that in mind. Sometimes they give you like this move, right? They give you this move, okay, and then that. So you just have to keep in mind, just like I showed you on BTC. All right, just like I showed you on BTC. So but OMG still the move is downward, right? For now, let's see if the bull's gonna come up with a better strategy. But as of now, I don't see a bullish pattern. I'm not saying it's not gonna pump bullish. What I'm saying is the directional move is downward. Okay, we could get a reversal pattern somewhere around here. Okay, we could make one in this range. Okay, we could make one in this range, right? It could take a few hours, few days, right? So ontology, I was looking for this range of 78, but we were trading ontology like when ontology was right there. Okay, you can see like it hit 79 to 78 on the dot, guys. Bang, 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 guys, bang. So in ontology, we were looking for it right there when it was 87, right? We shorted it first all the way down to like 83, right? And then it pumped back up, right? And then as it dropped down below this 220 EMA, that's when we started looking for 78, 79. So ontology, we played nearly this entire move, right? So I was just a coward like earlier. Didn't want to short it, this range, but I should have. I was scared to short it, really. Like I didn't want to short it like in this range because I didn't have any EMA on the hourly basis to short it. So I was like, let me just switch down to 15 minutes. Okay, so the 15 minutes gave me this pattern, and I was like, bang, I got it now. I'm confident enough to short it down. Okay, so we shorted at 87 all the way down to this range, right? So nice 4% drop. Okay, and then afterward we took another one, right, from this range all the way down to basically 79, right? So in 2 trades, okay, but I wasn't confident with the hourly, even though it was, you know, it was looking bearish right there. I was like, man, let me check another time frame to be confident. So look at the 15 minutes time frame. You know, chart was looking, you know, very choppy. You know, on top of the 200 EMA, I knew it's not gonna do this forever, right? It has to come back down to the 100 EMA, and I took it down. It moved, pumped back up, came back down, looking weak, took it. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You don't need the entire move. You see what I'm saying? So, because if you short it right there at 87, and it dropped back down, you're looking for 69, right? And you put your stop loss at the entry, it's gonna come back and eat your stop loss. But let's say you short it down and you get out. You know, it pumped back up, you say, I don't care. Okay, it dropped back down, start looking weak, you take it down again, and then took it to the downside, right? So ontology was a nice play also, right? But I don't have any play for it right now. Haven't checked it yet. Let's see what we can get on the I don't see anything right now. The only thing I can see is like this move, right, can do this, right? Give us we test the top, or, you know, give us a low high in this range. And if it start to look weak right there, we're just gonna short it right there, get out, wait for a bear flag to confirm our further analysis, and then we're gonna short it down. That's the only play I can see right now on ontology. But I don't see anything. Can it drop lower? Yes, but I don't see it. You see what I'm saying? If I don't see a play, I don't take it. If I don't see it, I don't take it. I have to like it, and I have to see it to play it. Wait, just because I don't see it doesn't mean it's not going to play, because it might not be a strategy I'm familiar with. You see what I'm saying? Somebody else might be seeing some other crazy stuff, like some nice bearish pattern that I'm not seeing. You see? So when I'm scanning the market, if I don't like it, I don't touch it. I don't even try to marry any coin, like I'm going to short NEO today, or I'm going to short Link today. No. I scan the market. I scan all these BNB futures, right? I'm talking about all these coins I've been talking about over the last hour or so. I scan it in all time frame, okay? I don't scan like 15, 15 minutes, hour, 6 hours. I just look at the chart and I know I can check, other time frame. If I like it, I take it. But I don't go ahead and try to short a particular coin. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully it makes sense. Hey, what's up, Leo? Somebody say do Loom. Somebody say ANK. So let's take a look at Loom. So I'm just gonna go with our request now. ANKR. USDT. Let me take a look at my. ANKR. So ANKR, just let go. Take a look at the 3-day chart. So it is letting go. 3-day chart, breaking support area. So next support level going to be just about this 0.005, right? If that's too far, we're breaking daily 100 EMA. So not even getting any chance to break the 200 EMA. So that's not good at all. In terms of support and resistance, next support going to be right there, just about like 0.0052. In terms of Fibonacci, it kind of looked like band, BAND, right? Same exact structure. Yep, March low was yep, March low right there, and then it picked same exact time almost, right? So kind of look like band a little bit. So we'll be looking for this move, right? Retrace down to 0.0053 area. If it pumped to the upside, 21 EMA most likely going to reject it. So but just give it a few more days. If it breaks 0.0066 strongly, it's gonna retest the 0.005, something like that, right? So hey, Mr. BU, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Peter? Komodo. Komodo still Komodo is not a. It's not a short-term trade. Okay, it's still holding very strong. Current support at 6. It's breaking it. Yeah, low degree is still holding. So let's see over the next few days if we're gonna be able to break it. If we break it, guys, we just have to suck it up and look for this 4,000 area. Okay, I know it's not going to be easy, but it is another almost 20% drop, 30% drop, right? So let's take a look at it on the 3-day basis. On the 3-day basis, it is still holding very strong at this level, right, of a 5,000 to 6,000 area. Okay, right there, support area. So we need to hold it very strong. We're gonna need like bulls to start buying. The good news is, like, even though it's not moving, buying volume is pretty high. That's pretty, that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty good, at least for the short term, right? So let's go ahead and Tyler, let's take a look at Bezos, XTZ. So XTZ, I'm looking for a $3 range, but it's not pushing high enough. Okay. So Tesla, I was looking for this 2.9, but you look at it on the higher time frame. These suckers are okay. Tesla, I was looking for this range of a daily 211 EMA. It's not strong enough yet to pump to the daily 211 EMA. That's what I was looking for. So it is holding very strong, though. It is still respecting this trend line and this level. So let's see over the next few hours if we gonna stay above this range. Okay, but daily 211 EMA going to be our next immediate resistance, which is like roughly 2.8 to 2.9 range. Okay, so stop loss just by like a 2.4. If it breaks it, it might try to double bottom and continue the downtrend. So it's not just safe to stay in it, you know, below 2.4. Okay, I know it's not a lot, but it's almost there. But it's only 2% down since like daily candle open, so it is still holding very strong compared to most coins down like massively. Okay, so YFI, I don't know if I showed you YFI yesterday. We shorted YFI right there. Okay, right there we took a, you know, that's Wi-Fi right there. Okay, right there. Okay, so from daily 21 EMA dump all the way down to 36,788. So I don't buy Bell, man. I don't know what Bell is. What is Bell? The sucker pump 1000%. Hey, thanks a lot, Cannibal Def. Yeah, man. Yeah, BNB is still struggling below 28 for some reason. Let's see. Yeah, still struggling. So, yep, it just dropped back down, retest this low. So that's the good news. At least it is starting to make a high lows right there. So, but it is only hourly time frame. It's just it might just be temporary for more basically a volatile movement, price movement. Yep, BTC is still struggling. So let's see if like this BTC can get a support just like Neo, right? When I saw Neo or Ontology yesterday, right, on the 15 minutes, right, same type of play. We could get that on the hourly for BTC. Okay, price just gonna be hugging the 211 EMA, right, hugging it right there, and 211 EMA going to be supporting it right there, right, and then price all of a sudden gonna decide to basically break it. Okay, and once we break it, you know what to look for, guys. Your 100 EMA. I only use 2 moving averages, 100 and 21. If I don't see it, I don't play it. If I don't see it, I don't need 55, 50, 200 all the time. Okay, just maybe when I'm doing like a macro analysis. But and if you try to play every moves, okay, trying to play everything all the time, it's going to be rough. Just have a strategy. If you see it, you take it. If you don't see it, don't even try to analyze it. If I look at chart right now, let's say I'll take a look at a any random chart, right? Like sushi, right? I saw sushi yesterday, but I didn't see anything. Okay, all I see is like a descending triangle, but I was not comfortable with this descending triangle. I didn't touch it. Did it drop? Yes, but I was uncomfortable taking it. Okay, it dropped 20%, but I was not comfortable. It's not one of my trade setup. I would be looking, I mean, I would basically automatically recognize when I take a look at the chart. If I take a look at the chart, I have to see it right away at a glance, not need to do like a 30 minutes analysis, right? Does it mean like it's gonna play out? But no, it doesn't mean it's gonna play out, but it's gonna increase your confidence level. When you're taking it, if it goes wrong, you might be saying, okay, it's just, it could, you know, I knew it could do this before it, you know, go on my way, right? So, all right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. I think we've been streaming for over an hour and a half right now. So, I'm just gonna call it a day, guys. LRC, let's take a look at LRC for Mr. BU. Loopring. So loopring, as you can see, this is one of my type of a setup when price is hugging the 21 EMA, any time frames, okay? It's gonna break it, and once it breaks it, you look for your 100 EMA, all right? So it is hugging it for hour. Let's take a look at 6 hour. Yeah, 6 hour hugging it also. It could basically also keep hugging it over the next few hours also, right? That's also possible to give you a better round bottom, round top actually, right? Like this. And your 21 EMA gonna be flat, and it's gonna break it. It's gonna break it, right? Not breaks it. It's gonna break it, and it's gonna drop down to the 100 EMA. Okay, all you need to know is like it is slowly looking to retest the 100 EMA, either on your 6 hour or on your 4 hour, right? That's the most important. Let's take a look at on the higher time frame, weekly. So weekly looks great, so no need to do anything, right? Yes, it can drop down, retest your lower degree, you know, time frame like a 4 hour 100 EMA, but weekly time frame looks great, right? If you do a 1-to-1 extension of your move right there, just like FTM, right, and TCT, you could be looking for like almost like what, 4,000, 2468, 4,000 area, right? Right there, 1-to-1 extension. So it looks good on the higher time frame. Looks very, very good. It's just choppy on the lower degree. So it broke the LRC. I didn't know I didn't know LRC was on Binance, so I knew, but I probably did not pay attention to it. But LRC, let's see. Yeah, broke the 100 EMA a long time ago right there. Was still in the move, just like AGI. So just like AGI, still moving high. So we don't do anything. Lower degree, you could try to play with it. Say, oh, I'm gonna buy 25% drop, stuff like that, right? But it might not mean a lot. 20% drop, so it might not mean a lot on the high time frame. QSP still looking strong. So QSP is still looking strong, pretty much like loopring, right? So got a target up to like 650, still not there yet, right? It hit like 614. So pretty much the same type of a structure, you know, looking for it. It is still very strong. I wouldn't be messing with it right now. Still very strong. Just like AGI, very strong. AGI could hit like 1600 target, but let's see. It's at 600 right now, so let's take a look at Loom. Peter inflatable. No, XRP is not going to the moon. SNX, SNX BTC, I was watching it, but SNX USDT, but not BTC. Yeah, SNX BTC was not looking so great. On 3-day, 2-day, not looking great. Daily, not looking great. So daily breaking daily 200 EMA, that's a very bad sign. So we need to hold very strong this range of support, which is going to be like, you know, roughly to the 40,000 range right there versus BTC. So we need to hold this area for 40,000, right? So otherwise we could be looking for lower numbers. So as you can see, like hugging, you know, been hugging like a 200 EMA for so long, needed to break below it, pump back above it, drop down. So we can still get this move, okay? We can still get this flatty, right? Make a lower high, right? Even lower high or even double top, and then get this move down. So would be just cautious and see what we're gonna get at, you know, 40,000 area, another 10% drop. We already talked about OMG, but let's go back to OMG. OMG USDT. So OMG, let's talk about OMG BTC. It looks better than OMG USDT. OMG BTC on the daily already done, seem to be done, right? So that's not good, because OMG USD, I was just saying like it could find support at 330, but looking at OMG BTC, it seems like we got this impulse and we got this three-way move pullback, and this move could basically make another bear flag right there before retesting the daily 100 EMA. So I would wait for the daily 100 EMA as a support. Okay, I would wait for the daily 100 EMA as a support in order to confirm any bullishness, right? So but OMG USD, similarly, I was saying like 330, but actually looking at OMG BTC, seems like OMG USD also going to be retesting daily 100 EMA, right? Got rejected from the you know, from the daily 200 EMA. On the lower degree, you can see we got a head and shoulder pattern formation right there. Got the rejection, got some formal type of a move right there, and sucking got everybody sucked in, and you know, just say goodbye right now. Very weak right now. It's very weak, very weak, very weak, very weak. And Dunkin' Donut, that I like to call it Dunkin' Donut, right? So Dunkin' Donut is basically looking support for our 200 EMA. It's going against me right now. So let's see, I just shorted it like for, I think like 520 something, 524, 522 range. So, but you know, it is small. It is still at, you know, at the same level. So let's see how Dunkin' Donut gonna do over the next few days, right? DOCK, not DOCK, but DOT, polka dot. Thanks, I'm a bear, son. I've been a bear, man, a long time ago. I've been a bear since I just cannot you guys know I'm a bear, so you guys know I'm a bear. All right, guys, I'm just gonna wrap it up with BTC once again, right? I know you guys love BTC, so BTC 4 hour, once again, we didn't talk about 4, but 6 hour, right? So 6 hour, you can see, guys, not looking so convincing. Big tail, big wick, small body. It is something you guys know I used to talk about a lot, right? Haven't talked about it recently. I just kept it to myself, but I showed you on the lower degree, right? Right there on the lower degree, when BTC was dropping, I showed my group and I was like, we got the sign of reversal right there. Big tail, big wick, small body. That's the sign of reversal. that's a sign of reversal. Okay, so we got big tail, big wick, small body. I was like, guys, don't panic. Okay, keep buying the low 10K. All right, so right there, we didn't get a big one right there, but this one, I kept saying, okay, it's not gonna break it. This one, as long as we got this wick to the downside, wick to the upside, I'm like, oops, that's it, guys. We got a sign of reversal. So, and you take a look at it right now, we don't have it yet, but we could possibly make it over the next few hours, which is like to wreck all the bears, right? Big tail, big wick, small body, somewhere around here, pump to like a 10.9 to 11.1, kick all the stop losses, right? And then drop right back down, right? So it's gonna create a big tail, big wick, small body on the lower degree, right? So let's just keep that in mind. So we got it right there. Let's see if we can find it. Yep, we got a small one, but it's not big enough. Okay, it's not big enough. It gotta be big. So it means we can still drop down, right there, just about 10,650, and wick to the upside and wick to the downside. Okay, just like what happened back in October, I think October last year, first week of October 2019. Let's see if I can find it. I think that was the 8600 range, right? Right there. I don't know if you guys remember this play. Right now, let's see. This now wasn't this one. This one. I don't know if you guys remember this one. Right? You guys remember what I told you about this one. I told you clearly, live stream. I remember every single play I take on the chart, guys. Some people, they just take a look at the chart and say, oh, look at this fractal, look at that fractal. But all the fractal I'm showing you, like it is something I took a trade, or something I talk about live, or something I played live. Okay, this one was like October 10th, if I remember well, October 11th, right? Almost a year ago. I can still go back and show you same exact play we took, right? This range, I remember saying like, we're gonna be basically paying attention to the 6 hour 100 EMA. Let's see right there. Okay, I remember saying, guys, right, we're going to be, look at the big tail, big wick, small body I just showed you. Okay, so that's a type of reversal pattern you need to be paying attention. It's just a wick. Okay, it could wick all the way up, down, all the way up to like 11K. But back then, back in October, most people went bullish, right there. Most of you guys probably remember, but we shorted this sucker, right there. Right, shorted this sucker right there, because we shorted it from here down here, shorted down there to down here, right? It pumped to the upside, right? We still shorted it all the way down. so I was just shorting this market, man. I just shorting. So if we could get this big type of a structure, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, just to cut it short. So keep that in mind. We got also similar structure right there. Right, that was the play we got back in March, first week of March, right? Big tail, big wick, small body, because BC was making a triangular formation. I just mentioned it in my group yesterday. I was like, we could get a triangular formation, right? And all the moon boys were calling for BTC 16K, guys. I didn't know how they did not see this move, right? So 16K, and we got rejected from the 6 hour 100 EMA, right? If you take a look at the current play, same exact move, guys, same thing. Okay, same thing. Take a look at it. Big tail, big wick, small body. Exactly at the same level. Exactly. So Loom BTC, let's see at what price level you got in on Loom. So Loom is breaking down 250. So let's see, that's bearish. Okay, lower degree, bearish. Okay, it is at re-entry range. It was a support, but it gave us a flat correction right there. So we're gonna need to get some reversal pattern from Loom. Let's check the 3-day chart, because I don't like to check the lower degree. They always look funny. So that's not good for the short term for Loom. We're gonna need some reversal pattern. The only good news is like volume is decreasing while price is decreasing, sell volume. So we can get a reversal at any given time. But both on the 3-day basis, we broke the 21 EMA, and on the lower degree, we got a continuation pattern. We got this pattern right there, which is a continuation. It can end up being a wedge with, I don't know, so far, and a possible, bullish divergence on the lower degree, but we just have to let it go for the next few hours and see what we're gonna get, okay? Because if BC drop, Loom can reverse anyway, so, 20 cents euro. Yeah, it's about 20 cents, something like that, right? 2 cents or 20 cents, not sure. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day, and hopefully you guys gonna be safe out there. Make sure to hit the likes, make sure to subscribe. All right, make sure to join our public Telegram group. If you're looking to join our premium group, make sure to send me a message. Once again, be cautious. Market gonna be very volatile for the next few days, few weeks, until basically first week of October. We could see like a highly volatile market. If you like volatile market, great. If you don't like it, maybe it's time to stay on the sideline and basically wait for your turn. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.